Welcome back to the Commit to the Yep.
Welcome.
Welcome back to Commit to the Bit with Kate Spencer and
Petra Bab.
And obviously I'm Kate Spencer.
And I'm Petra Bab.
I know, we just came from book club and Petra and I were like, I loved the book. I loved the book. And Alan and Bergen were like, so structurally worst book we've ever read in our fucking lives. And Petra and I are like, ow!
I was like,
Okey-dokey.
I thought it was actually the best written book, and it's the only one that I could sound out all the words. So
I know. I was
weird.
like, are we talking grammatically?
No, everyone was very gracious.
Missing some Oxford commas?
I'm like, I saw periods and exclamation points.
Nothing humbles me more than finishing a book and being like, best book ever. And then getting to book club and hearing why everyone hates it. And you're like, yeah, no, super, it sucked so bad. And you have to be like, fuck.
So, also, since we're talking about book club, shout out book club. I chose the book Fourth Wing, which everyone loves now, but I suggested it before it was cool. And then I was so scared because I suggested a fantasy book, and everyone was shitting on me so hard for choosing a dragon book. And then
Because she was like, so this book, okay, they go to a dragon academy. They're going to learn how to fly. This is the girl with the secret BTS account, okay? We don't know what she's going to pull. And she's like, and everyone has sex, and the dragons have sex, and they're going to fly the dragons in their special little scaly uniforms. It's so good. And so we're all like, fuck this shit. Like, what is Patreon making us read? Everyone takes me out back, beats me with a shovel about how much I'm going to hate this book. 5 chapters in, I was like, I love these goddamn dragons. I was like, get me a dragon. Xaden is so hot. I became this book's like #1 leader.
Yes.
It was like the highest rated book in our book club. Like everyone was like, oh.
They're like, I personally liked it when the dragons did it. There, I said it.
Is it weird to say I wish the dragons did it more?
More?
I know, it sucks when you explain Fourth Wing to someone and I'm like, no, it's like a book and like it's about sex and dragons. They're like, ew, did the dragons fuck? And I'm like, not no. Like not fuck.
They do, but it's not like graphic. And it's actually a really cool part in the plot.
It's actually like a very beautiful story about 2 dragons who after a very long lives have found each other.
And they're soul bonded. You should read it.
It's the most embarrassing fuck ass thing to say to someone, to be like, yeah, and okay, so then they all have these special powers, and
it's called a signet.
And the special powers come to them, and then they train the powers at the special school. Yeah, and then turns out I fucking loved it. Turns out like so best book of the year. The second book came out and I was like shaking like a dog. I was so excited. I was like, what's gonna happen next?
Also, the book came out when I was unemployed, and I went through that thing nonstop, 24 hours, no sleep.
That was like actually like scary. Like we like texted behind your back and we were like, is she okay?
And guess what? Survey says no, she was not.
Like I read it nonstop, but it still took me like 7 days. You read it nonstop. Like the book came out and the next morning Pedro was like, oh my god, beautiful story, I'm gonna read it again. We were like, what do you mean? That was literally 2,000 pages.
And I think I even waited to text you guys. I think I waited like it was like day 3 and I texted everyone. I was like, loved it. Guess what? Finished it in 24 hours. And I was like, I can't text now. That seemed weird. I'll text in 3 days.
You set an alarm on your phone. You're like sitting next to it shaking.
I'm like, it was so good. Dragons didn't have sex, but I wish they did.
She's drawing fan art. She deletes her BTS account to make a dragon account.
It's
Our-
the BTS writers writing the
our book club book cover is still pictures of me superimposed onto writing a dragon because of how much I was like, I'm gonna hate this. I'm not gonna read it. This book is stupid. And then I read it and I was like, oh, child, dragons are the loves of my life. Like I was into it. I was so into it.
We were knees deep in
knee deep
that.
in a dragon somewhere. Oh, you liked that.
Oh my god.
Ooh, I got her laughing. Y'all hear that? She giggling.
I'm giggling. You make me laugh.
I got you in the palm of my hand. I'm juicing you like a fucking lemon.
I cannot wait for people to listen to this and text us and be like, it was good, but it wasn't that good.
Hey, guys. We're kicked out of the book group.
Yeah. They're like, we said that we weren't going to talk about this outside of book club.
No, you're not supposed to fucking tell people about the goddamn dragon book. And to that I say, try and stop me. Xaden will come get me. So, anyway. All right. Well, the theme of this week's podcast is we're just going to talk about bits that we've heard that we're not doing or we haven't done, but boy, would we like to, because these bits are making us smile and giggle and laugh and piss our pants. So, I'll go first. Perhaps because why not? Okay.
Because you're the alpha.
Okay, this actually happened to me. I was going on a date and I got there before him because I'm prompt. And I got there and I'm standing like right by the entrance to the door. And this man, not the date, this man walks in and he jokingly looks at me and he goes, "Oh, do you want to see my ID?" And he's like fumbling around trying to pull out his ID. And I was so embarrassed that I was like, I'm so embarrassed that I didn't catch that it was a bit. And I was like, oh, I don't work here. And he's like, no, you could just see it. It was just funny.
That is good.
Like, I love the idea of like just seeing someone in public and like issuing them a task.
I love that. You should also, on top of that, you could just, if you go into a bar that doesn't have a bouncer and you're like with a group of friends and you're up front, you should be like, oh, no bouncer, I'll do it. And you start taking everyone's IDs.
All right,
I'll clock in.
ID check.
I'll clock in. I just want to make sure all of you are of age. And
you
also,
you start checking everyone's IDs as they walk in.
Yes. That's so funny.
You just work like a full shift.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Your friends are trying to get you back at the bar. You're like, I gotta make sure everyone in here
I gotta check this shit.
You're like, I don't want this bar to get shut down. I like this bar.
It's like Red Robin.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Chili's.
Yeah. Oh God, you and Chili's.
Sorry,
call back to the very first ever sewed.
I went this week and it was so good. So good.
Wait, who am I?
Wait, now you have to say Chili's. You're me.
Okay. This is from the show Girls, which I just finished. If anyone wants to talk about it, I know I am exactly 12 years late, but hey, better late than never. One of the characters, there's two choices. Like if I was like, oh, this is stupid, but like, oh, do you think I'm 24 or 27? And you were to say 24, I'd go, oh, you are actually off by one, and it's only two choices. Like being like, oh, almost, just off by one. Just, yeah, you missed just you missed it.
Yeah. So close. So close.
Oh, so close. Just, it was actually, you're wrong. It was the other choice.
It was the other choice, but you were really close.
So close. Like, just
That's
on
funny.
a 50-50 thing.
Yes, I love that. That's so funny. Yes or
this is
no
from-
questions too. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
literally. Oh, you almost had it.
Almost had it. You should have studied next time, but that's okay.
That was tough. Yeah, it was a tough question. This is from a movie called Cora Bora with Meg Stalter.
Ooh.
She's at a guy's house to hook up. Not that that's the situation you need to use it in, but he's like on the couch and there's clearly no one else there, and she points next to him. She goes, "Is that seat taken?" Like, just in a scenario where there's only two people. Is that seat taken?
Is that seat taken? You mind if I
just like that?
That's a great one for like if you are like on a date with somebody and you go to the bathroom and come back and you go, ooh.
Yeah.
Can I take the seat?
Mind if I join you?
And they're just like, yeah. You were on this date.
I love it if you're at someone's like apartment and it's just the two of you. You know? Like, clearly no one else would ever come.
I love that. That's so good.
Which kind of couples with the idea I love when there's like ample room to sit somewhere.
Mhm.
Like anywhere. Like, say you have like a sectional and you sit down. If I sat right next
to me. Yes.
Like,
love
not
it.
even facing you, but like literally like cheek to cheek sat next to you, and I was like, so what are we doing?
Or it's like two people sitting next to each other and then you like squeeze in between them. You're like,
Oops, excuse
mind
me.
if I
Yeah, I'm gonna sit right here.
squeeze right here. All right. What are we doing tonight?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, when there's like
you
lots of
act like
seat
you're-
options.
You act like you're at the movie theater and you're like going
yeah.
sideways.
Slide past them.
Shuffle
Oop,
inside.
oop,
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Ooh,
Yeah, and there's so much room in front of their legs. Yeah.
Yes. If you're like
Sorry, I think you're sitting in my seat. I think that's my seat number.
If you're a really brave person, you could do this. Okay, I don't know how funny this would be, but like if you have somebody actually here, this is how it's funny. You do it, you're at the gym with like somebody, you came with your gym buddy. They hop on a treadmill or like a machine or something like that. And there's like so many machines around that you could use. You tap them on the shoulder and you go, "Hey, how long are you going to be? Can I get on this one?"
I'll wait until you're done. How many left?
Yeah. Okay. There's so many machines. This is mine. I like this one. Okay. Thanks.
This is actually kind of my favorite. Yeah, it'd be funny if you ran into someone at the gym that you knew and you could be like, almost done.
Or if it's like a cute boy or girl and you tap them on the shoulder and you go, "Can I use this?" And then they say, "No, there's so many machines." And they go, "Yeah, I was just looking for an excuse to talk to you." Boom.
Mic drop.
Then you kiss.
And then after that,
the dragons start making love.
And then your dragon swoops in and it rips the top of the roof off. And then it's going to catch you in its little hooves. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
literally
that's
perfect.
That's the dream. That's
that's how you use that bet.
What was the bet?
Wait, what are we fucking talking about? What are we fucking talking about?
Is it my turn or your turn?
Okay, the next one. This is this woman that I know always says this, and it's so funny. It's very patriarchated, so this is like kind of crazy. I know. Someone says to you, "How are you?" And you gotta smirk, and you gotta look down, look up, and you go, "You know what? If I was any better, I'd be twins."
Ooh, maybe I'm dumb. I don't understand this one.
Why did you react like you loved it?
Because I love you.
Ooh, I don't get it at all.
Because I love you and I think you can say no wrong and I want to be smart and I wanted you to like me.
Like being like, I'm so good. Like, I'm so good. There's got to be two of me. You know?
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I get it.
know?
Ooh.
Fucking poser. See, I told you she'd fake laughs.
I'm sorry. I want to be smart. I want to get the joke. I want to get the bit.
If I was any better, there'd be two of me.
I love it.
I'm so fucking good. I'm bursting at the seams. I could fill up a whole other person with joy.
Yeah, I love that. That's great.
Okay.
Lately I've been saying, so I work at a gym and we have like our headquarters at the gym. So like our corporate office is there. So at the gym, I'm starting to learn all of the members' names. And so what I've started saying is when people come in, they're like, "Hey, how are you?" And I go, "Better now that you're here." And I love it and they love it. And then I started thinking about it more, and my HR manager gave me like a weird look after I said it, and I go, "Ooh, actually maybe I shouldn't say that."
I thought you were gonna say that you say "live in the dream," which I
do say
always
that.
say, and I'm
Yeah.
not digging it anymore. Like I feel like I need like a new thing to say. So maybe I'll say this. Like when people are like, "How are you?" and I go, "Live in the dream." I've heard too many people say it, so I think now I gotta freshen it up. So maybe
Yeah.
oh
Say that.
I have the hiccups.
Throw them off and just hiccup.
How are you? Vomit. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna
Does that answer your question?
How about that for an answer? Hey? Sorry for hiccuping in the mic. I'm
That's okay.
embarrassed. Which actually segues literally perfect into my next bit.
Hit me.
I wrote this one down. Have no idea where we got this. Patreon, I have a list of these and I just plucked it right off the list. Anytime you burp, you look around like really scared and you go, "Oh my God, I've never done that before."
So I have used this bit, but I act like freaked out. Like
That's
burp.
what I said.
I know, but you're doing like so breathy and you're like, "I've never done that before." I like freak out. I look at people and I go, "Did that just what was that?"
Okay, well that's because you're a better actress than me. And that's the difference between a Gold Globe and an Oscar. Okay?
So my dad, this also has to do with bodily functions. He'll like fart. He'll like look behind him and he's like, I think that's always so funny. He's like, "What the heck
if
was
someone
that?"
farts in front of my brother, he'll always go, "Oh, there's barking spiders in here. You hear that?" I don't know if spiders bark. I don't really know what it means, but that's what he always says. Or barking spiders.
That's so good. Or my dad will pretend like the floor is squeaky. He's like, "Squeak right there. That's weird." And that makes me giggle.
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 I
That's a good
relinquish my turn.
one. Wow. Those are great ones.
I know, I sped through 'em.
Lerv. This is one that I'm pulling. Most of mine are from TikTok, and we will credit those people. I will probably insert who did them after, but I just don't have the list in front of me. I'm so sorry. I'll edit it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. The first one, though, is not from TikTok. Sorry for all that lead up. I just edged you for nothing. So, sorry.
I wish the dragons were here.
Okay, this one's from Alan, who we talk about famously, the famous Alan. He did this one that will like stay in all of our memories forever and ever.
Oh, I literally already know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we were all at our friend Alex's wedding, and we were all in the wedding party at this cabin. And Alan walks up to all of us and we're greeting him. We haven't seen him in so long because we're long distance friends. And I'm like going up to give him a hug and I'm like, "Alan!" And he like puts his hand out to shake and he goes, "Oh, you're Petra. I've heard so much about you." And I think that's so funny.
He said, what was it? He was like, "I've heard great things."
Yes, I've heard great things. I've heard great things.
After knowing each other for 12 years. Like,
yes.
I've heard great things.
I've heard great things. I just love that, to doing that to any of your friends that you haven't seen in a really long time, just hitting them with that.
Oh my
made
God.
me giggle.
Wow, just as pretty as they said you'd be.
The famous Miss Petra. Very cool to meet you.
I've heard many things. All good, I promise.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
feel like we have all, as a friend group, continuously for like the past 10 years been introducing ourselves to each other.
Yes.
Like, I
And
will shake
yeah.
someone's hand that I've known for so long, and I do this
Mhm.
big thing, this big gesture where I go, "Hi, I'm Kate," and to someone I know, and they say it, and I like lean my ear forward, like, older men do, and I go, "What was it?" I say it again. Say it
One
again.
more time.
Sorry.
One more time.
Oh,
Thank you.
Petra, Petra,
Petra.
Page.
Petra.
Say it again.
I'm
Oh,
I'm gonna call I'm
interesting.
gonna call you Pat. I'm gonna call you Pat. Okay.
All right. Well, that's a
Next.
name.
Or we all famously do say at the end of like hanging out, we'll say like, "It was so good to meet you."
Yeah. Oh my God, this was really nice. It was really lovely meeting you.
Yeah. Ugh. Finally. Okay. Well, lovely to get to know you. See you soon. Hopefully. Don't be a stranger.
And then we all kiss.
Yep. And then the dragons come. Is that how we're gonna end every single bit? Maybe. Who
I
knows?
hope so. If we say
I
it enough times, maybe it'll happen.
Okay, this one's great. This one is when somebody's giving you your total, so like a cashier, a waitress, a bartender, something like that for whatever you paid for, and they say something like, "Oh, and that will be 1934." You can say back, "Oh, such a good year. That was a great year." And if they say, "Wait, why?" You can say, "Yeah, like read a book, maybe."
Oh, I have to explain everything.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so you don't know anything about history.
Oh,
Very
you mean the
cool.
Roaring 30s? Need I say more?
But most of the time, I'm assuming they will probably just look at you weird or giggle out of politeness. And
And
your
then you'll
friends around
kiss.
you will giggle. I think it could be even funnier if they do it like with a really obscure number, like, and that will be 1186. Oh my gosh, such a good year.
What an amazing year of history.
Yeah,
So
good year.
rich. So rich with history.
And
Ripe with
culture.
facts. Mm.
Right.
Much to say about that time period.
Uh,
Don't get me started on 1196.
I could
We'll
go
go all
on and
day.
on. I'll go on and on.
I'll be here for the rest of the afternoon.
But I'll let you get back to your work.
Do you just tap here? Is this Apple Pay?
Okay, the next bit is going to be you're leaving a room, you point to someone in that room, and you say, "Hey, you're in charge until I get back." Hey, I want to make sure there's no funny business. You're in charge until I get back. Especially do it to
You
someone.
have a really intense spirit about you, so I trust you.
Everyone else, Michael's in charge. Thank you.
I want to hear only good things from the substitute while I'm gone.
It would be so much funnier if you do it to someone that you don't know, or like the new boyfriend of the group who doesn't know anyone.
You think maybe I'll have a new boyfriend soon.
Good one, Kate. And then dragons will come, and then we have fun. We have fun. Okay, this next one is also from TikTok. Somebody asks you for your name again, which famously happens to me. I have a very difficult name for people to remember, which is totally fine. And usually I would say, "Oh, it's okay. Just call me Peach." That's what like all my friends call me. That's my nickname to like make it easier on them. But now what I'm going to start doing is when they say, "Hey, what was your name again?" I'm going to say, "Oh, still Petra. Haven't changed it."
Okay, I actually fucking love that one.
Yeah, right?
That is like very like 90s rom-com.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like the snark, the sass. Oop! Yeah, no, still Petra. I haven't changed it.
I haven't changed it yet. Or like looking at your ID and you're like, still Petra. Like really taking it to
Okay,
another level.
I'll be Petra today. Great.
But I'll let you know if it changes.
that's that's so cheeky.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to do it to people who I know can take a joke because I feel like some people would take like great offense to that. So I just got to read the
We gotta
room.
get you a bit for when people mispronounce your name.
I I
People
could
say
just
Petra to me about you all the goddamn
yeah.
time.
I've thought
It's
about just
not even how
saying
it's spelled.
yeah, I know. I've thought about saying to people like something along the lines of like it's actually Petra, but I kind of like that more.
Okay, I like your spin on things.
Ooh, that
Hey, I'm
is
gonna let my
actually
mom know she's been saying it wrong for all of these years.
she has been
I know. I said it and then I was like,
like she still says it wrong. And that's okay. And that's okay. And I love her. And she can call me whatever she wants.
famously.
Famously. But here's another thing that I say since we're talking about names that I famously say. So sorry, I'm not sticking to theme. Spank me. Sorry.
Wait, could I? Wait, is that like an offer?
Yeah, and then the dragons come.
And then the dragons spank ya
Me-
with their scaly little hooves.
yes. So
Watch you cut the dragon thing, and then
I'm
you're
not
gonna
going to. That's gonna be way too much work for me to edit. But when people say like call me the wrong name or something like that, I'm like, wait, I'm sorry, I've been calling you Petra all night or something, and you haven't corrected me. I was like, no, seriously. Call me whatever you want. Just call me tonight.
You do say that.
I do say that a lot. And then the dragons
And then
come.
and then you get really close to them and you do deep breathing and you go, "Call me by your name and I'll call you by mine." And then Timothy Chalamet just like boom, he appears in the flesh.
On a dragon. Okay,
Call me
people are
whatever
gonna
you want. Just call me later.
yes. People forget. People forget.
People forget your
It's a
name.
musical
It's
podcast.
hard. People forget my name, not because it's hard to pronounce, but because.
Yeah. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us. I think that's enough, don't you think?
Another podcast in the books. Would you even freaking believe that? Guys, I actually genuinely, earnestly want to say how nice it is that you guys listen to us talk every week.
Mm-hmm.
We love you
Yes.
so much.
So much. So much. And
I love it when you text us. We love it
Mhm.
when you DM us. We love it when you tell us we're pretty. Not that that happens.
super weird that we've been asking every week and no one said anything.
Feels like you guys are bad at taking instructions.
Are you even listening to the pod? Kidding.
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Is this thing on?
Love you, Petra.
I love you, Kate. Bye.
Bye.